Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq greets His Highness the Emir of Kuwait on the anniversary of his ascension to the throne. Deficit in the state's general budget declines by 53% as at the end of the second quarter last year. And the U.S. president is to announce his Middle East peace plan as the Palestinians call for its boycott. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, on the anniversary of his ascension to the throne. The good historical relations binding the Sultanate and the friendly Republic of India and boosting their existing cooperation were discussed by His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al-Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, when he received in his office today His Excellency Pankaj Saran, Indian Deputy National Security Advisor, and his accompanying delegation. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and touched upon a number of topics of mutual concern.
فيا أبناء عمان الطاهرة في كل مكان، يا جنودها البواسل في كل ميدان، استعدوا بارك الله فيكم لمواصلة المسيرة بكل عزم وإصرار وقوة ومضاء، فعمان بحاجة إلى المزيد من البذل والعطاء والتضحية والفداء والعمل الجاد المثمر البناء.
In a commemorative session at the State Council, the members of the Council revived values and exploited, in addition to the speeches and thoughts of His Majesty, the late Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, may his soul rest in peace, which were always being a work platform. The stances of His Majesty, the late Sultan, will remain immortalized and recounted by everyone in this land. His Majesty, the late Sultan Qaboos, re-established the Sultanate's position socially, economically, and historically to become a modern country. Since the dawn of the blessed Renaissance of Oman, His Majesty, the late Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, may his soul rest in peace, firmly believed that the culture, arts, and literature were the spirit of the Renaissance of any country. Here is a report.
Within the 50 years of his reign, His Majesty the late Sultan paid a great attention to culture, heritage, arts and literature fields, which resulted in a number of remarkable achievements in the local, Arab and international levels. His Majesty the late Sultan issued an order to build Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science. The center is considered one of the main pillars of development of cultural, intellectual and artistic activities in the Sultanate. The center has played a tremendous role in extending bridges of communication between the Sultanate and other world countries. The center also played a pioneering role in strengthening cultural, civilizational and intellectual dialogue between the Sultanate and other world countries throughout Oman cultural attachés offices overseas, along with cultural cooperation with Arab, regional and international institutions. His Majesty the late Sultan paid special attention on the scientific research and its role in the advancement of nations, so he gave an order to establish the Research Council. The Council is considered the official institution concerned with preparing a national strategy for the scientific research. The Council plays a leading role in supporting activities of scientific research in the Sultanate along with regulating them. The Research Council is also considered the focal point for research, innovation and contacts with research institutions in the other world countries. The National Records and Archives Authority, from its side, plays a significant role in highlighting cultural heritage of the Sultanate and preserving it. This includes the tangible and intangible heritage. National Records and Archives Authority present a true picture of the intellectual productions of Omanis in the science, knowledge and arts fields. The authority established the permanent exhibition of national documents and archives. The exhibition includes 10 halls that attract the visitor by presenting the history of Oman and its documentation process, starting with engraved stones and manuscripts to the establishment of an archival institution represented in the National Records and Archives Authority that organizes and manages the history of Oman, along with constituting a national memory of this ancient country and its deep-rooted cultural and civilizational heritage. Moreover, the authority organizes conferences inside and outside the country in collaboration with the countries that have historical relationship with Oman, as well as the presence of Omanis in some of those countries, where they review and present researches related to those historical relationships. The Cultural Club contributes in uplifting the cultural movement in the Sultanate through its various activities and programs, along with the cooperation with the cultural establishments in both public and private sectors in the Sultanate.
فيا أبناء عمان الطاهرة في كل مكان، يا جنودها البواسل في كل ميدان، استعدوا بارك الله فيكم لمواصلة المسيرة بكل عزم وإصرار وقوة ومضاء، فعمان بحاجة إلى المزيد من البذل والعطاء والتضحية والفداء والعمل الجاد المثمر البناء.
Still to come in our news bulletin. Bushfires in Australia have killed 33 people and about 1 billion animals since September. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The deficit in the state's general budget decreased by 53% in the second quarter of 2019 and reached about 660 million Omani riyals, compared to 1.4 billion Omani riyals during the same period of 2018. The decline is attributed to the increase in the value added of non-oil activities by 2.1%, amounting to 5 billion Omani riyals in 2019. The value added of natural gas recorded an increase by 5.6% in the end of the second quarter of 2019 and amounted to 793 million Omani riyals. That came in the recent statistics issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information. Real estate transactions in the Sultanate recorded an increase by 5% last year and exceeded 2.7 billion Omani riyals. The Ministry of Housing pointed out that the collected fees last year amounted to 81 million Omani riyals. The number of ownership deeds issued last year reached 267,000, while the number of the new land plots registered for the first time reached 58,000. The Ministry of Housing also stated that the number of sale contracts that were done last year reached 56,000 contracts. A number of topics related to develop and improve municipal work in the wilayas of the Governorate of Al-Dhahira were reviewed by the Municipal Council of the Governorate on its first meeting this year. The meeting introduced tasks and specializations of the Subcommittee of Civil Defense of the Governorate and aspects related to record and follow up emergency cases, in addition to discuss plans, business programs and events implemented by the Council in 2019. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Saif bin Himyar Al-Malik Al-Shahi, Governor of Al-Dhahira. Projects related to health services and other services in the new residential schemes in the wilaya of Sur topped the discussions of the first meeting of Municipal Council in South Sharqiya Governorate. During the meeting, a visual presentation was given by the Ministry of Social Development on the activities of the Committee for Protection of Children and the awareness programs in the childhood field in the Governorate. U.S. President Donald Trump is set to unveil his administration's much-anticipated Mideast peace plan in the latest American venture to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Odds of it taking shape appear long given the Palestinians' preemptive rejection of the plan and Trump's and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's shaky political standings. Trump is expected to present the proposal alongside Netanyahu at noon today in Washington. It comes the same day as Trump's impeachment trial continues in the Senate and the Israeli parliament holds a hearing to discuss Netanyahu's request for immunity from criminal corruption charges. The United Nations revealed chilling new details about a double airstrike that smashed into a migrant detention center in Libya, killing at least 50 people. The attack last July was one of the deadliest assaults on civilians since the start of Libya's civil war. A new UN report said the actions of officials guarding the detention center may have contributed to the high death toll. It said guards prevented detainees from fleeing after the first airstrike struck the outskirts of the center. Some eyewitnesses said they were forced back inside at gunpoint. Then came the second airstrike, a direct hit that caused the fatalities. The UN said that the report concurs with previous UN findings that the airstrikes were likely conducted by aircraft belonging to a foreign state. The UN spokesman Stephanie Dujarric said the findings call for independent, impartial and thorough investigations into the incident. The UN also condemned what it called the continued blatant violations of the arms embargo in Libya, despite the commitments made at a conference in Berlin earlier this month. President Xi Jinping said today China was sure of defeating a devil coronavirus that has killed 106 people, spread across the world and rattled financial markets. Despite his confidence, alarm was rising, with nations from France to Japan organizing evacuations and Hong Kong scene of anti-China unrest for months, planning to suspend high-speed rail and ferry links with the mainland. World Health Organization (WHO) Chief Tedros Adhanom and Xi met in Beijing to discuss how to protect Chinese and foreigners in areas affected by the virus and possible evacuation alternatives. A WHO panel of 16 independent experts twice last week declined to declare an international emergency. Traditionally, the WHO is reluctant to antagonize and ostracize countries dealing with epidemics for fear of undermining future willingness to report cases of infectious disease outbreaks. The number of confirmed cases in China surged to 4,515 from 2,835. Known as 2019 nCoV, the newly identified coronavirus can cause pneumonia as it spreads between people in droplets from coughs and sneezes. It has an incubation of between 1 and 14 days. Australian officials warned communities in bushfire-ravaged eastern states to strengthen fire defenses today amid forecasts of soaring temperature and strong winds as the approaching blaze cloaked the capital in thick smoke. Bushfires have killed 33 people and about 1 billion animals since September, while 2,500 homes and an area the size of Greece have been destroyed. Firefighters have used several days of cooler, damper weather across much of the continent to try to gain control of more than 100 blazes still burning before temperatures rise again from midweek. One blaze in a national park south of Canberra was upgraded to the emergency warning level as the emergency services chief told residents to stay on alert given rising winds could spark spot fires in the suburbs. Canberra's emergency services have said that helicopters and large air tankers are water-bombing, establishing containment lines and undertaking aerial surveillance. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology predicted temperatures to top 40 Celsius over the weekend. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coasts of the Arabian Sea. Cloudy skies with chances of intermittent drizzle are expected over the governorate of Al Buraimi. Winds will be southwesterly, light to moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height between 2 to 3 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq greets His Highness the Emir of Kuwait on the anniversary of his ascension to the throne. Deficit in the state's general budget declines by 53% as at the end of the second quarter last year. And the U.S. president is to announce his Middle East peace plan as the Palestinians call for its boycott. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.